My coworker blew up his marriage and accused me of fathering his youngest child, but I am a colorful parrot. I don't know whether to laugh or cry over this entire situation that's unfolded in the past 6 weeks. I have a coworker I've been friends with for 4 years since I started working at the factory I'm still in. After 4 boys, Robert had his first daughter, Chelsea, 2 months. The boys are near carbon copies of him. Bleached blonde straight hair, freckled skin, and I swear they were just born with tans. His wife, Danielle, is a tight-curled redhead with freckles for days and burns like there's no tomorrow. Their daughter from the jump had a full head of red hair already starting to curl. When I got to meet her, she was 2 weeks old. I gasped, a fellow redhead with long, curly red hair, and said something like, OMG, it finally happened. The red is alive. Just being dramatic and funny. Robert goes, yeah, don't bank on that staying. My genes are strong, after all. Danielle rolled her eyes, and I initially shrugged it off as a weird joke, but he kept saying how his genes would prevail the entire time I was there. Jump forward, Chelsea is now 5 weeks old. For 3 weeks, every day, Robert would complain about how little of himself he sees in his daughter and how much of a stranger she is for it. Some days, he thinks he's looking at another person's baby. He only ever seemed to want to complain to me about it as it was. After the 5th day in a row, I started trying to explain how genetics work, pretty much saying genes aren't always going drastically to go one way. 3 days ago, Robert came into work just itching for an argument with everyone. Our mutual friend Jesse asked him what the F his deal was on our break after he shouted at another friend for asking a work-related question. He blew up, saying he knows Chelsea isn't his, that his cheating WHRE of a wife just won't admit it, and he knows exactly who she was effing around with. He then looks over, points at me, and yells at me to get my ass outside. I asked why, and he starts screaming he's not stupid. He knows I've been trying to kiss us to avoid this beatdown. I'm gay. I have a male fiancé. I have pride stickers all over my car. Outside of work, I am a colorful parrot. I just couldn't help but laugh at him. It was so bizarre, and I knew I wasn't the only one looking at him like he was insane. I told him Chelsea is half of Danielle's genetics, that Danielle is an effing incubator for his genetics, and asked him why he was so obsessed with their kids needing to look exactly like him. What's the point of that? He wouldn't answer and just kept telling me to get up before he dragged me out to the parking lot. I told him I would not fight him on something this ridiculous and asked him if he was trying to get fired. He started demanding I take a paternity test, and I again asked if he was earnest. He said he was because I spent so much time with Danielle. He's not necessarily wrong, but she's part of the girlfriend group I'm a part of. There are 5 of us in total, and we do artsy stuff, try new places, just hang out and do whatever, but never stuff like that. I told him to take a paternity test for himself. He argued that he was not paying for a test he knew the truth about. I told him, well, I'm not paying for a paternity test, and then asked which redhead in the factory he was going to accuse next. The exchange ended when our shift manager came in for her break. I texted Danielle and told her exactly what happened. The next day was my day off, so my phone was silent, and I slept in. I woke up to Elliot, my partner, getting off the phone and telling me I should check my phone. I'd been bombarded with dozens of messages and threatening voicemails from Robert because Danielle had kicked him out. He'd gotten Elliot's number out of Danielle's phone to tell him his version of events. I'd already told Elliot the night before, so he was baffled by how certain Robert was. Danielle did text me a few times, apologizing on his behalf and then updating me they were getting a paternity test, and she's filing for divorce, and she has no idea why he'd think such a thing. My partner thinks it's hilariously sad Robert destroyed his marriage like this. This morning, while getting ready for work, Robert texted me saying he has the money and when the test comes back with the truth, he'd F me up in court for what I've done, how I've ruined not only his life, but his kids' lives and everyone in their families' lives too. The idiot has gone around telling everyone I'm the dad. I agreed to the test and told him he might as well quit his job and just vanish after this because it would be embarrassing when I walked in with the paperwork and waved it around, saying I'm not the daddy to his red-headed child. He has to explain to everyone, including his children, what an absolute idiot he